Our next presenter will be coming from the city of Chattanooga Mayor Tim Kelly. Jermaine Freeman, Chief of Staff.
Good evening. I'm Jermaine Freeman, Chief of Staff to Chattanooga Mayor Tim Kelly. I want to thank you all for being here tonight, and I want to recognize all of you all who have won awards tonight and who are being honored. This is the last round of the awards, but Mayor Tim Kelly wanted to be sure that he had a chance to recognize you as well. I want to especially thank all of my friends and colleagues in government, especially our elected officials, Commissioner Graham, who I have the pleasure of working with all the time, even across city and county government, and Judge McVeagh. It's always good to see you, and your family is well represented here as well. And then I think we have our county attorney, Reuben Taylor, who is here. He was not an elected official, but very important to county government and very important to local government in our area. And so Mayor Kelly couldn't be here tonight, but what he wanted to convey was the fact that as we enter, a season of holiday cheer in which we are thinking about our selflessness and about the importance of giving and the importance of sharing and the importance of sacrifice for people near and far, for people who we know and who we don't know. It is incredibly important to recognize people who are very accomplished across multiple different sectors, which is the most exciting thing to both me and Mayor Kelly, is that as we look at the people who are being honored tonight, we are talking about people who have been incredibly accomplished in the avenue of government and in the private sector and in entertainment and media and education and in work in the faith community and public service. And so that just goes to show you that all of the people here that are being honored tonight should teach all of us a lesson that no matter what we do in life, no matter what our calling is, no matter what path God has set us on, there is a way to give back and a way to serve our communities. And so that is the most important thing that Mayor Kelly wanted to convey tonight. And so, Dr. Woods, thank you for inviting the city of Chattanooga to be part of this. Thank you for all of the work that the Alton Park Development Corporation has been doing over a number of years. I've had the chance to work with you now across the 2 mayoral administrations, so it is very good to see all the work that you're doing. So without further ado, I get the honor of presenting a couple of proclamations, which are actually the awards in and of themselves, and I think we have some statues over here. Dr. Woods, do you want to help me hand these out as I read through them? Okay, good deal. And so some of these are going to repeat some of the information that Alexa had, but and I'm going to go ahead and call and ask Mr. and Mrs. Edwards to come on up because you all will be getting the first proclamation. So I'll go ahead and get started. So proclamation, whereas John Lloyd Edwards III was born in Nashville, Tennessee, but moved to Chattanooga in 1963 and graduated from Riverside High School in 1966, studied fine arts and history at Tennessee State University, and is the owner and president of the Chattanooga News Chronicle, formerly the Chattanooga Courier, for 31 years. And whereas Mr. Edwards, alongside his father, Reverend John L. Edwards Jr., developed the Mary Walker Historical and Educational Foundation in the early 1970s, and whereas Mr. Edwards exhibits in the Mary Walker Historical and Educational Foundation is to promote literacy through educational programs, whose most popular exhibits include African American inventions and African Americans in the Civil War, and is a member of the Phi Beta Sigma fraternity. And whereas Mr. Edwards is a child of the civil rights movement who marched with civil rights icons John Lewis and Dr. Martin Luther King in Birmingham, is a decorated Vietnam veteran receiving the honor of Sergeant, Bronze Star, Army Commendation Medal, and the Purple Heart, serving in Southeast Asia. And whereas Mr. Edwards serves on the Board of Trustees of the Charles H. Coolidge National Medal of Honor Heritage Center, the Mary Walker Foundation, and the Chattanooga Area Historical Association Board of Directors, holds the rank of Colonel in the United States JCs, and whereas Mr. Edwards is referred to as the go-to person for information relating to African American history in Chattanooga, preserving and educating generations of people. Now, therefore, Tim Kelly, Mayor of the City of Chattanooga, do hereby recognize John L. Edwards III and Mrs. John L. Edwards III as the recipient of the Chattanooga Humanitarian Award. Thank you.
And at this time, I'd like the Alton Park members of the board and officers to join me on the stage, because you're going to help me present these awards along with the city mayor. So Mr. Edwards, can you please come back? And Mrs. Edwards, please come back, so that we can do this kind of together. Alton Park Development Corporation has unique statues that we give to all of our humanitarians. And so we're going to be passing them out alongside with you, Mr. Cooper, Mr. Freeman, as we give them their city proclamation. So this one is Mr. John Edwards. As you take these awards here, there is a box for them. The top part does come apart. It is a beautiful globe of the world with 3 men holding them up, signifying strength, unity, humanity. And yeah, you got the top globe comes off and bounces, right? So they are made to sit on a table and be looked at. Okay. And it reads the 2024 Chattanooga Humanitarian Award. And this is for Faith R. Edwards, presented November the 23rd, 2024 from Alton Park Development Corporation. Congratulations. This is yours, sweetie. I think they want to take a picture. And then we have one for Mr. Edwards as well. Mr. Edwards. Well, okay, they're looking through. Here it is. Okay. And this one says the same thing, except for it has his name on it. Okay. All right. I know it's getting long and everybody's probably tired and ready to go home on this good food that we've eaten. So we're going to make it sweet and move it along real fast. Okay. We love y'all. Thank you.
All right. So Miss Mariah Huq. Whereas Mariah Huq was born and raised in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and graduated from Brainerd High School, attended Tennessee State University and the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga, earning a degree in communications, was honored to receive the NAACP Ruby Hurley Humanitarian Award by Reverend Al Sharpton at the NAACP 32nd Annual Ruby Hurley Image Award for her community leadership and contributions. And whereas Mariah Huq was the video news editor and associate producer for WRCB TV and Chattanooga's NBC affiliate, hosted her own lifestyle show, Trends on 3, is the creator, co-star, and executive producer of Bravo TV's hit show Married to Medicine, and is the first African-American woman to develop an original franchise for Bravo TV network. And whereas Married to Medicine premiered on March 24th, 2013, and became Bravo's highest rated non-spinoff freshman series, captivating over 277 million viewers in its debut season, is in its 11th season, amassing over 27 million viewers nationwide and worldwide. And whereas her philanthropic pursuits around the globe support outreach efforts and contributions to the Kabine Children's Home in Mombasa, Kenya, her philanthropic pursuits include Chattanooga and Georgia local communities and mosques, presiding major scholarships, toys, and resources to families and students in need. And whereas Mariah Huq recently launched a full-service production studio focusing on new television projects, her latest venture, Sleek Studio, serves as a hub for producers, directors, content creators, and entrepreneurs to produce digital films and live broadcasts. And whereas Mariah Huq is a media mogul, blending creativity, community service, and inspiring a path forward in both media and philanthropy. Now, therefore, Tim Kelly, Mayor of the City of Chattanooga, do hereby recognize Mariah Huq as a recipient of the Chattanooga Humanitarian Award. Okay, Reverend Leroy Griffith. Whereas Reverend Leroy T. Griffith, native of Los Angeles, California, was born in 1938 and attended public school, earned a Bachelor of Arts degree in history from California State University, and a Master of Divinity degree from San Francisco Theological Seminary, and was ordained by Los Angeles Presbytery of the United Presbyterian Church, USA. And whereas Reverend Griffith participated in the Civil Rights March in Montgomery, Alabama, which led to the Voting Rights Act being signed into law, requested to shepherd a Black congregation in the South, and was given his first assignment to serve on the first, on the first white minister to serve a Black congregation in Chattanooga. The Leonard Street Presbyterian Church started an after-school program and summer recreation at the Newton Center, the Carver Center, and Howard School. And whereas Reverend Griffith became the pastor of the Church of Reconciliation in 1967, organized and served as chairman of the first celebration of Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday to Hamilton County in 1972, along with the Unity Group, has contributed enormously to the progress during the Civil Rights Movement. And whereas Reverend Griffith has provided platforms and guidance for Chattanooga Organized for Action, Chattanooga in Action for Love, Equity, and Benevolence, also known as CALEB, and Mercy Junction to address fair housing, to combat police mistreatment of Blacks, workers' rights and education, and the Reverend Leroy T. Griffith and his wife, Gloria Griffith, now host the historical recorded integration marriage to the state of Tennessee. And whereas Reverend Leroy T. Griffith, as a member of the ACLU, the Black Panther Party, the NAACP, the Unity Group, and the National Action Network, and Chattanooga Scenic City chapter, and whereas Reverend Leroy Griffith has made a huge impact to the United States by breaking racial barriers, changing the lives of millions across the country in the areas of civil rights by lighting and work fighting for the end of discrimination. Now, therefore, Tim Kelly, Mayor of the City of Chattanooga, do hereby recognize Reverend Leroy T. Griffith as a recipient of the Chattanooga Humanitarian Award. And you have 2 copies. Okay, so there's 2 of them. Okay.
And whereas Gloria Jean Carter agreed to a wedding proposal and took her time about it. And whereas we have been married over 55 years, and whereas she's a Chattanoogan by birth, and whereas I love her very much, I accept all of these awards with her.
Beautiful.
In case you were wondering, I'm 86 years old.
All right, next up we have Mr. Herbert Book McCray. So whereas Herbert Book McCray received bachelor's and master's degrees in elementary education and education administration supervision from the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga, and whereas Herbert Book McCray also earned his educational leadership from Tennessee Technological University, and whereas Herbert Book McCray is a retired educator, counselor, coach, and school administration, and whereas Mr. McCray founded the Chattanooga Basketball Foundation, serving thousands of children and their families, promoting life skills, relationship building, pursuing excellence personally, socially, and spiritually, boosting high school graduation rates. And whereas Mr. McCray founded the Ministry Boys to Men, a male mentoring model serving elementary, middle, and high school students throughout Hamilton County, is credentialed as a dropout prevention specialist. And whereas Mr. McCray has been involved with the Generosity Trust for 25 years. Now, therefore, Tim Kelly, Mayor of the City of Chattanooga, do hereby recognize Herbert Book McCray as a recipient of the Chattanooga Humanitarian Award. All right, and at this time, Judge Alex McVeagh, whereas Judge Alexander McVeagh obtained his economic and law degrees from Vanderbilt University, is a state trial court judge in Hamilton County's Circuit Court, has served in Hamilton County's General Sessions Court, and whereas Judge McVeagh served as the vice chair of the Tennessee Supreme Court's Access to Justice Commission, helped to start a dispute resolution program in Chattanooga to assist healthcare patients and hospitals to resolve outstanding medical debts before lawsuits are filed, works closely with the legal aid of East Tennessee Hamilton County Courts Eviction Diversion Initiative, and whereas thousands of tenants and landlords have been helped by lawyers and social workers to remain housed by paying hundreds of thousands of dollars in past due rent. Judge McVeagh, a key partner of the Community Foundation of Greater Chattanooga and Pew Charitable Trust, implemented changes and resources to assist defendants from majority-minority neighborhoods prevent downstream consequences of lawsuits, debt, and negative credit reports and homelessness. And whereas Judge McVeagh is one of Tennessee's delegates to the American Bar Association House of Delegates, is the president-elect of the Tennessee Bar Association Young Lawyers Division, and whereas Judge McVeagh was honored by the Chattanooga Bar Association as its Volunteer of the Year for his past pro bono service, his volunteerism on the bench, and for his ongoing Hamilton County's high school mock trial competition for over 10 years. Now, therefore, Tim Kelly, Mayor of the City of Chattanooga, do hereby recognize Judge Alexander McVeagh as a recipient of the Chattanooga Humanitarian Award.
Okay. They say when you are a professional, you know how to do just about anything. Even when you have a little kink in something, you know how to unkink stuff. Okay. So this next person who will be receiving a proclamation from Mayor Tim Kelly as early as Monday. As early as Monday. I'm going to talk about him. Mr. Joe Graham. Mr. Joe Graham has been a very, very important partner, friend, and especially a person who has given back to this community. In Alton Park in particular, when folks have given up on Alton Park, they say, don't go out to Alton Park. That's a bad side of town. You know, Alton Park. I don't want to go out to Alton Park. Alton Park. That's the dirtiest part of the city. Well, that's the poorest part of the city. Why would you want to be involved with Alton Park? I can say that Mr. Joe Graham has said, I'll be a part of Alton Park. I will be that person to make a difference in the lives of the people in Alton Park. And not only will I do that, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. Not very many people that have leftover money in their discretionary funds. Y'all know what discretionary funds mean? You can discreetly do what you want to do with it, right? Would ever think and have not ever thought to give that money back to this poor community. But I know a man who has, and every single time he's had extra money left over in his discretionary funds, he has seeded it in Alton Park Development Corporation and in Alton Park community. So I just want to give him a round of applause. Yes. Yes, yes, stand up. Yes. This is an honorable man. This is an honorable man. And you know, the thing about humanitarians is that they go quietly about the business of doing God's work. They never expect to get a thank you. They never pat themselves on the back. They're not braggadocious, is a new word. They're not braggadocious about what they've done to help their fellow man. They just do it. They just do it. And so it is always important that we, you, the people who are out there, take a moment of your time and thank all of these humanitarians tonight, including Joe, who go on about their daily lives every day, doing for mankind, helping the little man, helping the downtrodden, helping the poor, helping the blind, helping the poor, helping the senior citizens, helping all these little kids that wouldn't have a way out of anyway if it wasn't for these people like the ones you see tonight. So, Joe, I want to tell you that I love you and thank you on behalf of Alton Park community, on behalf of Chattanooga City, on behalf of Hamilton County, on behalf of the state of Tennessee, because you are a model. You are a model for everybody to look at and pattern their life after. To God be the glory for everything that you've done. We love you. So we're going to rewrite this proclamation because it needs to say what this man is really all about. It's not about his bio that you all read, that his wife, I'm sure, helped him put together, but it's a little deeper than that. So we're going to have a talk with Mayor Kelly and see if we can't put it in there right, because this right here is for the records. This is real. This is your day. This is your day. November the 23rd, 2024 is Joe Graham's day. And on behalf of Alton Park Development Corporation and the mayor of the city of Chattanooga, we present you with the Humanitarian Award for 2024. Thank you so much. So look, I'm going to take this out of here and I'm going to give this to you empty.
That's fine.
We're going to write it over.
That's fine.
All right. How about that? Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Let me say one thing.
Okay. Yes.
Wow. I did not expect that. But one thing about the city and the county, you know, a lot of people think that we do our own thing, right? Thanks to this man right here and Tim Kelly and all the city council, when I'm representing you or when I'm working in the neighborhood trying to get something done, we don't look at county commission. We don't look at city council. We look at what can we get to get this problem solved or get it done. And so we work so well together. There is no city and county lines. It's just about serving you and getting something done. And one other thing I learned helping, my mother was in assisted living for a long time. And a lady told me this story that, Reverend, this goes for you and that wonderful walker you've got. Do you know, I know that's a Volkswagen because the motor's in the back.
All right, give these honorees another round of applause, please. What a night, what a night. All right, at this time, what we want to do is recognize the corporate and table sponsors for tonight. Our civil sponsors are the Electric Power Board and the Olivet Baptist Church. Bishop Kevin L. Adams Sr. Give him a round of applause, please. All right, our Elite Club table sponsors, Reverend and Mrs. Leroy Griffith, Taylor Funeral Home, Dr. and Mrs. Aiden Huq, and John P. Franklin Funeral Home. Give them a round of applause, please. Our sponsors and donors for tonight is Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, Erlanger Health Systems, Greater Emmanuel Apostolic Church, Yusuf Hakeem, Tennessee State Representative, District 28, and Pastor Edward Trasher of Stony Point Baptist Church. Give him a round of applause, please. Okay, we also want to give a round of applause to the Tennessee delegation of the National Action Network. Please give them a round of applause. All right, last but not least, coming to the mic is the Alton Park Development Corporation President, Dr. Eleanor Woods.
All right. Thank you. You all are awesome, man. I'm telling you. You know, this is fun for me. This is so much fun for me because I get to tell great people that they're great. And that's such a good feeling. That's such a good feeling. And because of you, you make us great. Everything that we do is because of you. Alton Park Development Corporation couldn't exist without the people out there, the people like you that give contributions. We started in 1998, and we was just an organization trying to clean up Chattanooga. The air was stinky. People was dying from the smoke, from the factories, from the pollution in the creeks. And, you know, birds were dying, fish was dying, people were dying. It was just toxic. So the federal government said, we need to form an organization to clean it up, and we'll give y'all some money. That was in 98. Thus the name Alton Park Development Corporation. And we have been plugging at it ever since. And so because of you, the dream keeps moving and we keep getting better. And then God said, you all have been faithful over a few things. He said, so I'm going to give y'all some more things to do. And he blessed Alton Park Development Corporation with this 48,000 square foot building that you all are enjoying tonight. Yes, debt free. Debt free. And then he said, okay, I'm going to give you a little money to help fix it up, because it was built in 63 at the height of the civil rights movements for little black children, right? So it needed a lot of work. No heat, no air, no lights, no nothing. It was doomed for destruction. It was gone, right? And so God sent COVID. After he awarded us this building, he sent COVID. That's bad, I know. But there was some COVID money that came through Hamilton County and Chattanooga. And we were proudly presented with some money to help fix this building up. A long way to go. But guess what? We are better off today than we was yesterday. Thanks be the glory to God for that. Yes. And I have an awesome board over here. Where did little CB go? Yeah. So every person on this board is a business owner. That's what I got to let you all know. Every person on this board owns their own business, and they are thriving and they're doing well. They are real smart people. Okay. So we have Mr. James Gilliam. You all know him as Little CB. We have Justine Jones, and you have Karen. Yeah. Okay. Gloria Thompson. We have a couple of people that are not here tonight, but I want to say to them, thank you. This took a lot to put this on. All the little bitty pieces, everybody, if you ever put something on, it's a lot of little pieces to it. So I want to thank them, and definitely thank our caterer tonight. Wasn't that food good? Well, I like to have that for Thanksgiving. That was some good food. Thanks to Herman's Soul Food Restaurant located on Brainerd Road. You all got to stop in there and get you something to eat because it was good. And then the American Legion Post 0291. Where are you all at? Yes, in the back. Thank them. Yes, they are tenants in this facility. They have y'all got to check out their suite. If you want to join the American Legion, if you're a veteran, or even if you're not a veteran, maybe you're a spouse of a veteran, or maybe you just want to be around some veterans. You can, right? You need to join the American Legion. Those are some awesome guys. They're getting ready to do their bikes giveaway for the kids. And so they need contributions of bikes and money and that kind of stuff. So these kids will have a nice Christmas. So I want to thank them. Commander Tate. Who else? Mitchell. Yes. Is he still here? Yes. Tommy Mitchell is the current commander for Post 0291. Tate was the former, and they are just awesome men. And I'm going to just give them a round of applause. Yes. Yes. They are awesome. They do a lot of stuff in this building. That's what I'm talking about. They do a lot of stuff in this building. It's nice to have military men around. It really is. So I thank you all for what you do in this building. We have an amazing African American Heritage and Educational Museum. Yes, look what God has done right here in this building. You have got to go. You have to go and tour that. And our curator is here, civil rights icon, Mr. Johnny Holloway. Can you raise your hand back there? Yes, he is here in the house. Yes, and he has donated a lot of African history that he's had in his archives, and definitely what's on exhibit now, the Civil War exhibit is on, and thanks to Mr. John Edwards and his exhibition that he's moved from the Mary Walker Tower to let us borrow it for a couple of months. It is amazing. We got civil rights stuff. Civil War stuff in there. I'm talking about the rifles, all the whatever you want to think of is in there. Uniforms, everything. It is amazing. So I want you all to make sure that you come through the museum and support it. We have boxes for you all to donate. We have the little QR code that's in your little books here tonight. If you can just scan that and donate some money to Alton Park, because we need it. We're a nonprofit, charitable organization, and we thrive on your support. It pays the bills, the light bill, the water bill, and none of our board members get paid. None of us get paid. We are strictly humanitarians doing goodwill for the community. So we need your support to keep the lights on, the water, pay the taxes and things like that to keep this building free. So I thank you all tonight. Thank you all for sharing this night with our humanitarians, and you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving and enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you. Okay. If you received an award tonight and our board members, can you come up to the front real quick?